combination, but things go good for him.
He's just hammering Bo in close. Just hammering it. That was another low blow. Down goes Bo, and that's it.
That's it. Great.
It's a disqualification.
It's time to someone to understand that you're going to have to keep the rules in this business.
And now there's a fight in the ring that's been started by some of Bo's handlers who went after Lou Duva, and somebody's going to get hurt in there. Somebody's going to get hurt. And up the ring mat, George Foreman doing his best to stop it. Two more guys going into the ring. In fact, he's lifting his head up off the gurney, so he's obviously conscious. That's a very good sign.
Andrew Golota stepped into the ring against Lennox Lewis on October 4th, 1997, carrying two completely different reputations. On one hand, he possessed extraordinary talent that convinced many people he had what it took to become the heavyweight world champion. On the other, he carried a reputation that had nearly destroyed his career.
The events that finished the fight. Again, Golota looking to land up top. There's a left below the belt. It's the latest in a series of repeated low blows, and you see Kelly disqualifying Golota. And at this moment, as our overhead camera trained on Riddick in distress, men moved across the ring and began the confrontation with Golota that ultimately led to the riot in the ring and at ringside. A series of skirmishes which still have not been entirely brought under control. Now you can see there.
His previous two fights against Riddick Bowe had ended the same way, disqualification after repeatedly landing low blows. From that moment on, Golota's name became associated not only with his remarkable potential, but also with controversy.
And more. Another low blow by Golota. That's why Bowe stayed in this fight. How is it ruled?
The ref.
What an improbable scenario for Golota.
And here's the shot coming up.
Look,
right there.
Two,
three.
The shots by Golota, all of them low.
Thing on the hip, but that last one.
Oh, tremendous shots.
Those aren't.
No one understood that pressure better than referee Joe Cortez. His pre-fight instructions lasted far longer than usual. Time and again, he warned both fighters against low blows, rough tactics, and any attempt to provoke unnecessary conflict. Cortez even made it clear that any intentional foul would result in an immediate point deduction without a warning. His message was simple. There would only be room for clean boxing that night.
Quarter. What's been ridden. We're all going to lose our voices in a couple of rounds.
It should definitely be a war from the get-go. There's no doubt about it.
An explosive fight leading up to this.
That shadow hung over Atlantic City. Before the opening bell, the biggest topic of discussion was not Lennox Lewis's devastating punching power or Andrew Golota's sharp jab. Everyone was asking the same question: would Golota lose control once again?
12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Heavyweight Championship.
Lewis, meanwhile, entered the fight carrying a different kind of burden. His shocking loss to Oliver McCall 3 years earlier was still being discussed. Although Lewis had avenged that defeat by defeating McCall in February 1997, some critics continued to question whether he truly deserved to stand at the top of the heavyweight division.
Because he's not taking part, and that has to be a disqualification, which could affect the payment of his person.
I want good sportsmanlike conduct, obey my commands at all times. I want a clean fight from both of you. Understood? You understood, Andrew? Lennox? Okay, touch him up.
Andrew Golota.
All right, Mary, you sort of stay out. Who's your pick?
Golota. I saw Lennox's stomach and he was breathing really heavy. And he's really not worked up much.
Despite all the controversy surrounding him, Andrew Golota's talent was never in doubt. Many boxing experts still picked him to win, while the people of Poland placed enormous hope on his shoulders, believing he could become the country's first heavyweight world champion. To them, Golota was more than just a boxer. He represented a nation's dream of reaching the pinnacle of the heavyweight division.
And we're set to go. The anticipation is over. Here we go. Lewis comes right at Golota. Did not throw the punch. Lewis with the jab. He's got a good one.
Lewis feet wide, Golota the right proportion.
Lewis missing with a hook.
Lewis trying to land a right hand right off the bat. He's pulling with that left to set up the right.
Gets the jab in. Lewis wants to control from the outside. Good boxer. Pops the jab and the right hand in. Nicely done by Lennox.
Once the opening bell rang, every prediction collapsed within seconds. Lewis established control behind a commanding jab, broke through Golota's defense with crisp combinations, and unleashed a crushing right hand. Golota was knocked down, managed to beat the count, but was dropped again moments later by another devastating barrage.
Lewis with a big right hand. Golota in some early trouble here.
Got stunned by right over the top by Lewis.
Good right and left hand by Lewis. Golota's in deep.
Golota's down.
Stunned by the power of Lennox Lewis. This could be over. This very well could be over.
He's gonna let it continue. He's gonna let it continue.
Golota in deep trouble. He was hammered, and Lewis coming at him. He gets a long count essentially, but he's got a lot of time to get through here. Big right by Lewis. Golota is in deep trouble. This is almost over. Golota cannot think in there. He's down.
Down again. It's over.
Joe Cortez saw no reason to allow the fight to continue. The contest was waved off in the first round. There was no controversy. There were no fouls. What remained was a stunning display of Lennox Lewis's overwhelming power. Every pre-fight prediction lasted just 1 minute and 35 seconds.
He looked like he was waiting to get started at maybe the 2-minute mark. There ain't no time like that. You gotta get in there.
And you gotta wonder, with the performance that Andrew Golota just turned in tonight, what may have been going through his mind with him showing up late to the arena with the police officers and everything.
Andrew Golota getting popped by Lennox Lewis, whose stock, as expected now, will rise dramatically. That was the stakes. Golota with all these shots, and Lewis hurt him immediately.
He snuck it in with 2 jabs, and then it was an overhand right that just pushed him back to that corner, and he was just in trouble after that.
You know, it's funny, we looked at
all the concerns about fouls, emotions, and controversy disappeared without ever becoming part of the fight itself. Instead, fans witnessed one of the most dominant first-round performances of Lennox Lewis's career, a powerful statement that the WBC heavyweight champion still stood firmly at the top of the division.
Just looking right down the middle. He's pawing with it. Left hook rocks him back with straight right on the chin. Another right. That's where Golota's out of it right there.
Down for the first time, barely able to get up, and then it's allowed to continue. And Lewis takes his time pawing. Big shots here. Golota just given a seat on the canvas, and Joe Cortez calls it off in the count. Lewis, a sharpshooter, and it was in this case, Tony, a man against a boy, as it turned out.
You got to show Lennox Lewis did everything right. All his punches were straight, short, right down the pipe, nothing wide. Look at him, pull back, good defense, sets himself up. Good right hand inside, good left. Look at him, just constant punches, all headshots.
I mean, the power behind those punches, you can only imagine, to have just cut down Andrew Golota that quick in the first round.
Remember what Riddick Bowe hit Golota with, everything, and nothing like this occurred. Terrific shots here by Lennox Lewis. He will be boxing's version of Mr. October.
You got that right. Lennox Lewis looks like he's not only...
Before the fight, Golota had been injected with lidocaine, a powerful painkiller, in an effort to relieve pain in his knee. Approximately 15 minutes after the fight ended, he suffered a seizure in the dressing room, stopped breathing, and had no pulse for about 30 seconds. After being revived with cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, and rushed to the hospital, Golota's condition was stabilized, and he eventually made a full recovery.
The winner, and still WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the pride of Great Britain, Lennox Lewis.
Well, that is the beauty of boxing, its ability to give you the unexpected.